This is Mona Lisa Baseball.
Have you ever truly enjoyed a home run derby? Like, have you sat?
Oh, I sat down and watched?
Yeah.
I remember the first one at Camden Yards, and I was locked in.
It's got to be a Griffey year, I would assume.
Griffey, Bonds was in it. Oh, it was basically Juan Gonzalez and Griffey trading shots. And I think that might have been the beginning of the sort of let's juice the All-Star Derby balls a little bit because they were putting the measurements on it and they're all saying, you know, we've never seen balls hit here before. So it seems kind of obvious now, but Juan Gonzalez was also huge. But there was a lot of hoopla leading up to it because I think Piazza was in it. He was a rookie. I think him and Bonds might have each got skunked or got one or something that was very disappointing. But I remember that one feeling like I wouldn't want to do anything else except watch that. And then the only other one I remember really making waves, actually there's two more. There's one where McGuire was in Fenway and he was wrecking shop. I think Fenway was maybe 97.
Yeah, I think you got 99 on that one. I remember Ted Williams, I think, was at that All-Star game.
Okay, yeah, with Ted Williams. Yep. And then the other one was Sosa was going off and hit like a 500-footer to center, and he was definitely putting on a show. But I can't seem to remember the ballpark. I want to say Wrigley, but something tells me that's not right. Might have been. I mean, it seemed like the whole place was there for Sosa, and it was during the time he was hitting 60 bombs.
Right.
So I think he did that 3 times. So it was somewhere in there. And then one that I really regret missing was the one in Yankee Stadium with the guy from the Rangers.
Hamilton,
yeah. He put up 25 in the first round or something.
Yeah, something chill. A few, like 5 bat flips, I think. 25 homers, 5 bat flips.
I can't even describe to you how over Astro baseball I am. I'm so over it.
I can't wait.
So over it.
I can't stand the Astros. I can't believe they're an American League team. The way that they play baseball is so stupid to me.
Tell me a few things.
Their stadium in Philly, I don't know the stat, but they're both sandboxes.
Yep.
And they put a sandbox into the point in left field, so everyone just pops it up into they call it the Crawford box.
So
It's
cool.
like, I'm like, sick. Okay, so you guys just don't play defense. And then I know Dusty Baker, congrats to him, I get, like, as a Giants fan.
I guess.
But, I mean, you guys just got caught cheating. And then you pull a guy who was a no-no.
That was rad.
And everyone's stoked on you for having a combined no-no. It's like, are you
I thought of you first.
Why are we celebrating this? Like, what are we doing?
Oh, yeah. I made sure to scour the internet immediately to see what people were saying. And it was a lot of unprecedented no-hitter thrown. Like, oh, really? That's how you look at it?
It's almost a no-hitter.
Yeah.
And good for Dusty. Like, if you have the balls as a manager, I suppose, to go to a guy in the game of all games, if you care about baseball and you're in the World Series and you are dealing statistically, sabermetrically, however you want to look at it, but traditionally dealing, and you look at him in the eye and you say, you did your part, we're going to pull you. It's like, oh, you're not going to give me a chance to give up a hit. It's like, yeah, don't worry about it. We're up 4. No need to push it. It's like, fuck that. What a stupid way to play a game.
It's kind of the exact opposite where if Dusty doesn't pull him, he might lose his job because Sabermetrics says he should have.
Oh, that's interesting. I was thinking more from the perspective of, like, you're going to go tell an adult who's been playing this game and earn the... I mean, how else more do you earn the right to keep pitching? Isn't that kind of how it goes? Like,
well,
I don't...
in the final game, the Phillies pulled their best starter, Wheeler, in the 6th.
Giants product.
And then the reliever came in and gave up the dinger, and that's how they lost. So the baseball gods judged them guilty.
Yeah. Loser.
He was great through 5. I don't know. He gave up like 1 hit. I don't know. It wasn't. It seemed like, look,
he had a good playoff. He was Studley.
Wheeler is their best guy. And look, there's a lot of passionate players in Philly, and they're definitely going to second guess that. And so, hey, guys in Philly who think that your ace should have keep the horse running, like, welcome to the show. we have a lot to say about that.
Yeah, Nola and Wheeler, they could be good for a while. They're looking pretty good.
When your pressure situation is down to a guy that's been back and forth out of AAA because Sabermetrics tells you that's the right thing to do, you got to take something else into account.
I would agree with that statement.
The metrics, they're not good enough. I mean, like let's take Verlander in the series, right? Bad World Series pitcher. Sorry, JV, that's just a label. He finally got his first win.
I got to watch. We watched it. He gave up 3 homers and he's smiling.
He got his first World Series win.
It's like, all right, good for you, Verlander.
Well, he helped get him there. I mean, come on. That Astros pitching staff is absolutely amazing. You can't really it's almost hard to criticize them.
Well, you pull them after 5 because they're throwing no hitters.
Well, no one's surprised that, the first ever historic, combined World Series no-hitter happened this year. No one's surprised.
Unprecedented.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Unprecedented.
Of course it happened this year.
Oh, it was so perfect.
November 5th, latest series end in history.
Yeah.
It was cold yesterday.
Was it cold in Houston?
I heard some Houston commentators saying, "Oh, they got to play in Philly. It's going to be outside and cold." Oh no!
Yeah.
How's the Houston team going to do in Philly, where the fans are mean and it's cold?
Yeah, I know. What a combo.
They did all right, I guess, but I mean, hey, Astros finally win one where no one's calling them cheaters, right?
The franchise is tarnished. I'm sorry. I can never, not that I was a fan of them before when they were in the National League, when they switched, it just made me lose interest even more, but I'm sorry. I can never root for them ever again. The legacy is tarnished. The Astros are fake to me. They bang trash cans and they cheat. What the fuck?
That's exactly why they hired Dusty Baker, to try to rehabilitate the Astros image. They're like, hey, look, we got Dusty Baker, guys. Mm-hmm. You like him, right? Everyone loves him.
That 2017 cheater team, I mean, don't they still have their 3 main infielders from that team?
They've been to the World Series 3 times since then, too.
Right. But their star players from that cheating team are still on the team and they were just awarded their rings. I can't get behind that.
No, I think they got fined like $18.
18?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's even.
Well, the Boston Red Sox saw them get away with it the next year and then they cheated too, but they haven't even...
I didn't hear anything about that one. I just thought they cheated by drinking whiskey before the game.
That's not cheating.
It was during the game. Let's get your facts straight.
Yeah, that's not cheating.
Oh, no. Now, we need to have breathalyzer on the dugout steps to make sure.
What could be more boss?
When you're going out. It's for everyone's safety, though. It's for everyone's safety.
It's the only banned substance in Boston for performance-enhancing drugs is whiskey and fried chicken.
So,
all right, so yeah, what happened in Boston?
Let me say this. It turns out that they're all cheating. Okay. So, one team was cheating one year. Well, guess what? They trade guys mid-season. At the end of the year, a couple of guys go to different teams. The word gets out. It gets out very quickly. Like they're like a secret, like Spider Tack. It stays with one team for maybe like 6 months and then it's everywhere. This idea of stealing signs is not new. It's just the Astros got caught. Everyone is doing it when they think they can get away with it. And honestly, I hate the Astros too, for sure. No doubt. Nothing could be more chicken shit than going to the American League. Nothing could be dumber than cheating in a way that's super obvious to anyone with a microphone. But they're trying to rebuild. We were at a game where a guy yelled, Altuve is a known cheater.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous.
It's hideous.
How they got caught cheating. And they got caught cheating and everyone talked about it. And they deserved all that scorn. But did you see how happy Dusty Baker was to finally win a World Series? I did. I saw him drinking out of an ice beer luge.
Good for him. He deserves a World Series.
How do we feel about Dusty Baker as Giants fans, right? How do we feel about Dusty Baker winning the World Series with the Astros at 73? How do we feel about that?
I am happy for Dusty Baker as a Giants fan. I can't believe, like, it's so stupid that this is how it went down, but I guess that's like par for the course at the moment. That's my take on it.
All right.
Didn't have much to say, really.
When I heard that Baker was signed with the Astros, I remember my first thought being, oh, God. And it's kind of never really changed. Basically, I was a big Dusty fan from him being with the Giants, and I hadn't thought about him for quite a while. But definitely the tarnish was there when I heard he was going to the Astros, and that never kind of went away. And then when I saw the celebration last night, there was something that wasn't full and complete about it to me, just kind of observing the celebration and the way the network handles it and whatnot. I don't know. It didn't feel like this unadulterated bliss. It kind of felt like they were telling him to be, that he'd done it and how we know how good it feels. Now you tell us. And it's like, yeah, it's good. Like, yes, we know it's the World Series. I don't know. There's something.
I'm 73 years old.
Yeah, it seemed there was something that just was I don't want to say forced, but there was something that didn't feel like pure elation to me. And I don't exactly know where that came from. So that'd be my take.
I'm a humanitarian. I mean, I'm happy for the guy, of course. You know, it seems like he didn't cheat. So good for him. They got a win. He deserves it. He's been in the game for a very long time. I think anyone who's been in a long time in the game, in anything for that long, deserves to have success, and he's proven it. So good for him. It's funny. When I think of Dusty Baker, I honestly think of his child son that was in the dugout, our little bat boy that JT Snow saved from getting bulldozed by a charging 250-pound guy, whoever it was. But when I think Dusty Baker, I think his son should not have been in that situation at the time. So where's Daddy?
All right, everyone loves Dusty Baker. I've been watching the tubes. I'm on the internets, and everyone's like, "Oh, we love Dusty Baker. Everyone loves Dusty Baker. Oh, isn't it great, Dusty Baker? Dusty Baker." Guess what? I hate Dusty Baker.
Oh,
Okay. Getting real.
Let me tell you why. And I'm a Giants fan.
Well, he was a Dodger. Let's not forget.
Dusty Baker enabled Barry Bonds. Tarnished the team, tarnished the sport. I'd love to do an ice luge beer with him, but fuck Dusty Baker.
All right.
Well, the other thing about this ice luge is I did look it up and I watched, and it's not like he did it the traditional way. There was a tube. So it went from a beer bottle through an ice luge into a tube into his mouth. And there could have been flaxseed in there.
Yeah.
It was in that realm of playing beer pong with water a little bit, where it's like, oh, Dusty's got the ice luge. I remember when you told me that, I thought, all right, I do have to see this.
All right.
And then it wasn't as, he drank like a ninth of a beer and he's like, ooh, that tastes good. And you go, yeah, he's 73, but
I've seen a lot of him smiling recently. I don't remember him smiling one time when he was manager of the Giants.
Pretty much.
yeah, that's a great point.
That makes me like him more, but, Anonymous One, you talk a lot about the role and responsibility of the manager.
Okay.
Where was he?
When Barry was gaining hat size,
Yeah.
he's ready to win his first World Series. I think that's what he was doing. And yeah, I mean, if Dusty didn't know,
Of course he knew. Come on.
and that just shows you everyone knew. Everyone knew but the public, but it was very easy if everyone just hushed about it, that maybe baseball would end up
everyone
winning.
knew because everyone was doing it. It's the same thing what A2 just said about
Right.
the Astros getting caught. They're not the only ones to steal signs. Let's be honest. That shit's been going on forever. To be that egregious about it hasn't been. With Barry Bonds, and he's already the best player. That's the part that I struggle with as a fan of the game, is like, you didn't need it. Griffey is probably the closest I want to believe in my heart of hearts that he didn't do steroids. And look how good he did in a normal career. But you're competing with guys that aren't normal anymore. And that's kind of the same thing with the Astros. Did you really need to cheat? You guys had the gnarliest team, and then you had to cheat and ruin it. Like, it's just it's a really lame way to go about your business. And so when you say, like, where's Dusty Baker in all of it, there's a little bit of truth in all of it, but everyone was doing steroids. And I do remember a Dusty smile. I think it was 98. Johnson's home run to beat the Dodgers. I think there was a smile.
Got a smile. What a badass dude, though.
Yeah. And Dusty Baker is a good baseball guy, so maybe the baseball gods were throwing him a bone. I mean, he won it as a player. I think he played with a lot of really good guys, and I was happy for him, but I just wish it was with a team that earned it. Like, maybe I have a topic of Bruce Bochy as a Ranger. What do you guys think about Bruce Bochy, the Ranger manager? Are they going to win a World Series? How many wins did they get in their first year?
I care very little about what Bruce Bochy does. I like the fact that he brought 3 titles to the Bay Area, but I didn't approve of his style back then of pulling guys early, and things have only gotten more gnarly since then. There was nothing worse than watching Timmy Deal.
Okay, I know you have opinions about Bruce Bochy, but let's go directly to Bruce. Bruce, what do you think about this?
Well, the guys were fighting real hard that game, and, I told the guys that as long as we put forth a good effort and give it our best, we should have a pretty good shot. And like I said, I thought the guys played hard, and, I look at Schmitty. I mean, he had such a nice game tonight, and you got to really tip your cap to that guy. I mean, he just really fought, and like the guys were real behind him. And back there in the 6th inning, I really thought it was a good move to bring in the sub, so we did, and we just kind of went from there.
Thank you, Bruce.
Yeah. Wow, what an interview.
Speaking of Bruce and, the Giants, did you guys hear the Diamondbacks are desperately trying to trade Madison Bumgarner? They're just hoping he can start next year so they can trade him.
Oh, my God.
So what kind of a psychological effect did, not being able to hit have on him? I mean, we talked about baseball players going crazy.
Fucked him up.
Because they just want to play baseball. The sport where you hit the ball with the bat.
I love Bum, but he's done. His velocity is what, 90? 91?
He's losing games. His ERA is 5. I don't know. I love the guy, but
you got a ranch in Arizona. Like, go ranching.
Yeah, especially now that there's the
deals up, man. You're a slugging pitcher. Like,
go play in Japan. I don't know.
No, he just wants to ride horses. Go do that.
Pretty much. I mean, this is actually really interesting. I mean, since the UDH came on, his value is less.
That's right.
100%. No one got more fucked than him.
Right.
No.
Yes.
I don't think anyone's even close.
We can't think of another pitcher who got more fucked.
By a rule change. Yeah.
Yeah. And so he's angry and he's yelling at umpires. The guy's off his game. I feel like he should get traded. Go to another team. Maybe get his head cleared. I have faith in the Mad Bum. Seriously, I do.
I got the brilliant plan for him. This is it.
What?
WWE.
Kidding me?
Bring that anger
Are you kidding
to the mat.
Pitcher?
No.
This guy's pissed.
What's he get? His signature move is a snot rocket onto you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Nah, it's gladiators, man. He should come back as a gladiator. We already went over this.
Do you guys know they actually egg on our faces? They did bring back American Gladiators in 2008.
Oh, no.
None of us noticed.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. We're so dumb.
I did not notice.
Yeah, we fail again. We talked about Verlander. He finally won a...
that got mentioned, but no one seemed to care a whole lot.
Nobody cares.
It's very much how I feel.
Well, I mean, like, what better group of people, a bunch of Giants fans, to ask them, what do you think about Verlander finally winning a game in the World Series, right?
Yeah.
Wink,
right.
wink, nod, nod. He's just back from Tommy John. He's got that rebuilt arm,
Uh-huh.
He did give up quite a few runs in this same series.
Yeah, it was a little painful watching his interview at the end. I stuck around to just hear a little bit, and it kind of added to all, it was just, He had a higher voice than I was expecting. That was the main thing that came up.
What?
He just
Are
had
you
a higher
kidding me
voice
with
than
this
I was
shit?
expecting. That's all.
Wow. All right.
Not that there's anything wrong with
Your
that.
take from Verlander's end of winning a World Series is his voice sucks.
Just a little higher than I was expecting. That's all.
Oh boy, we're gonna have to cut that out.
I'm
Okay.
gonna say I dislike his voice.
Like they're calling the guy out for his balls not having dropped
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
The guy's gonna be a Hall of Famer, motherfucker. Okay, get this, you guys. The Phils finished 14 games back of the Braves. Are you kidding me?
No. Not kidding.
That's a Joker team. 14 games back.
Joker team.
They got hot. They got hot at the end of the season. I mean, that's still valuable. I mean, look, the Braves were better. The Dodgers were better. There's a lot of better teams, but I mean, if you're hot and coming in the dance, that counts. And momentum is real. And I don't know, it took them all the way to the World Series. They played pretty good. Just Astros were better.
Till they pulled their ace starter. Angered the baseball gods.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think that I didn't watch an inning of the World Series, not one,
Wow.
but I did watch a lot of the playoff going up to it because I was interested in the Mariners and the Padres.
The Mariners.
Right.
I was really hoping for two teams that have never been or never won. I know the Padres have been.
That would have been tight.
Mariners going would have been pretty cool. There is a angle where there's a local kid on the Mariners. And then with the Padres, when they beat the Dodgers, I mean, obviously that's awesome. But what you're talking about with momentum, I think they were just depleted. They were toast. All they had to do was get there, and the Phillies had it from there. And the Braves are going to be good for quite some time. Look out for the Braves.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
I thought the Braves were going to win, actually.
Again?
Yeah,
Again against the Astros.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
So what's up with Tatis? Is he going to be on the Padres? Because
Fuck that guy.
like that win, forget all his like off the field
No, he
antics.
went WWE as well.
The guy's a baller.
WWE. Tatis, I don't know, man. They hate him down there now, so he's got to get traded. He's hated
Wow, it's to
everywhere.
that point?
Everyone hates him. He's persona non grata.
My, how things change quickly.
Tough to get suspended right for the playoff run, and then they make a move to have one of the most insane lineups,
Huh.
and you're
Yeah.
not a part of it. So I would feel it too if you were a Padre fan. Imagine you're already a Padre
Yeah.
fan, but then this happens. It's
Right.
rough.
Did you guys hear about the perfect game in the World Series this year?
No.
Really? You didn't hear that there was a perfect game in the World Series in 2022?
God, where are you going with this? No, I didn't. I feel like I'm part of a knock-knock joke right now.
My favorite participant in the 2022 World Series was Pat Hoberg. He's an umpire who called a perfect game in Game 2.
Oh my God. Okay, so this is according to StatTrack?
I'm going to get his poster and put it on the wall.
Hell yeah.
Good for him.
I never heard that stat. That's great.
And he's come close before. He's probably the best umpire there is. He's 36. He's right at the nexus of can still see good and
Yeah.
super smart, super wise. I think we should be celebrating this guy.
Yeah. Hey, I'm down. I'll put his poster up.
We'll trade some cards.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be next to the Tatis poster with, his Speedo on and colored bands around his arms, body slamming someone.
When people make fun of Angel Hernandez,
Oh, people
it's
hate
because
Angel Hernandez.
we have the numbers.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a feeling. It's not because we don't like his ethnicity, as he's complained about before. It's because he's not good at his job. I mean, whatever. He's probably great at his job, but compared to his contemporaries, he's just
Yeah.
a little lower than average.
He's not big league material.
So I was curious to that. Are they using this for not just to inform the public of what a good game was to be called, but do the umpires get incentivized?
Yeah.
I know they have pride in their job, or some of them do. That was a stat that really, I didn't even know that was a thing until this year, where they were keeping stats on umpires.
Yeah,
And I dig it.
because they got all the sensor data from the ballpark.
And I absolutely dig it. I'm all about it.
I think that the playoffs and the World Series are still all about seniority, and that's something we've talked about as being a potential problem. We want to see the best umpires in the series, and there's no reason why we can't have that.
Yeah.
So I think that something that would be great for the show is let's interview an umpire and find out, like, what is the real situation here? How does this really work?
Yeah.
What's stopping us from seeing the best umpires in the World Series? Every game.
Straight union, right?
Shouldn't every game 162 times all 30 teams be a perfect game though? From the Blues?
Oh, that's such an interesting question.
You want a robot umpire?
Oh, geez.
That is a great question.
No, I mean, isn't that the root of most of these discussions? It's like, yes, there's a humanitarian. We can still have a human back there. I've made the argument that homeboy should be wearing, or homegirl should be wearing
Thank you.
the Google glasses.
Oh, he's going Terminator.
Yeah.
A4 has gone Terminator. All right.
Terminator umpire. Well,
I mean,
we just need 52 Pat Hobergs
He only did one perfect game. Just one.
in the World Series, game
In the
2.
World Series. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe it should be they should be perfect all the time.
Well,
Yeah, continue down this road, A4. This is great.
Well, it's like we're talking about it like, oh my God, that's amazing. But like, fairness is really a huge reason why we have wars, why we have fights. It's like if it's inconsistent, then that's when people get upset, and that's when there's controversy, and that's why there's disappointment and hate and trouble. And consistency is huge. Fairness is key, and that should probably be across the board, not just in baseball, but in life. You know, I've thought about this a lot. Having the rectangle strike zone, I think I'm more and more of a proponent of it. And I think that homeboy or homegirl back there should have the whole stadium should be able to see it, just like we see it at home sometimes. And if it hits the corner, it hits the corner. It's a strike. We've talked about this so many times, you guys. This is hot on the iron. Like, it's either going to go this way or that way. Baseball is. And yes, it's changing. And tennis is so good at this technology, and they've been using it for TrackMan. They've been using it for so long, and it's legit. And if a ball is out and it's questionable, you know, they look at it and they confirm. The fairness is key. If something is unjust, that's what pisses people off.
Key to this society.
And no matter what topic you're talking about.
I agree with the overall call of what you're talking about, but that's why 162 games of baseball creates that fairness. Let me give you an example. A person that you're talking about gets a ball, it's a 3-2 pitch, and it's a borderline call, and umpire calls it ball 4. Because he called it a strike 10 times before, yes, but this time he didn't. The fans get to say boo, and then whatever, and then the next guy hits into a grounder double play, inning over. How is that not fair? How is that not more beautiful than everything having to be perfect all the time?
I mean, I'm strictly speaking balls and strikes.
I understand, but my point is that the universe found fairness in this game. It didn't happen immediately, but I mean, that idea of the baseball gods that I hold on to probably way too tightly.
That's your opinion.
That's my fear of the strike zone being perfect is now we don't need to play 162 games. If it gets more perfect, if it gets down to a point where everything is just so streamlined, it's like, all right, we'll play 4 inning games. Everyone makes the playoffs. We'll play 50 games, and then the playoffs are 100, or like something stupid.
I feel like the 162 game season is being stretched to the breaking point.
I do too, and it's terrifying.
We had a series end November 5th. Could have gone to November 6th. I mean, it's snowing in parts of America. That's ridiculous.
And it's scary to me because now we're going to lose the part of the game that truly is awesome and how we get to connect to the past is that the stats
will be different.
The stats are going to be different. I know there was 154, but if we keep making the playoffs longer, like this is the next move, guys. It's going to be.
All right, let me blow your mind, A3.
Oh, goodness.
If we are only looking at WAR as the important stat, then it doesn't matter how many games you play.
Oh my god!
We're not looking at HRs. We're not looking at RBIs. We're not looking
Why do you got to do that to me,
at
dude?
those other stats that are cumulative. We're looking at these average stats.
You know, I was having a good time until you dropped me that one on me.
I'm real sorry.
I got a question for you.
Present.
Do you want every traffic light to have a camera on it, and if you run it, that you just get sent tickets? Because this is kind of what I'm hearing. Then it would be more fair. It'd be more safe.
Yeah.
Everyone would flourish. Vehicles wouldn't be a danger anymore.
Right.
Your car gets governed at 55. You know what? Fuck it. You don't even get to drive anymore. Machine drives it for you.
Well,
This is where we're heading. Have you ever been on a joyride and it was fun, but it might have been a little bit dangerous?
Yep.
That's out, man.
I mean,
that's out. You got to get the breathalyzer to even start the car, bro.
you're talking to a guy who sees autonomous cars driving like around town regularly, dude.
You just described San Francisco. Every light already has the camera on it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no,
We are living
way behind.
this
There
reality.
are cameras on every traffic signal, dude. That's already happening. And
Right.
they're arresting robots. No, look, first off, I just want to say the baseball gods, I pray to them. Okay? And yes, I do think cameras on every single traffic light would be fair and it would make things more safe. I'm just to get more fans. Look, the game is so fucked right now. Something's got to happen. I say blow the whole thing up. Okay.
Blow
And
it
what
up.
makes you think it's fucked right now?
Just
Where does that come from?
I'm past this whole like let's try and save the game because it's not going to happen. It's not happening. So just do any old thing you want to do to the game, and maybe it'll be so bad that we can actually play real baseball again. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like the current state that we're in, I've given up. We're never going to go back.
Pitch clock next year.
Just bring.
No
I'm at the,
shift.
bring it on. Like bring it on. It's already going to happen. We can't do anything about it. We
Ban
can talk
the
about
bunt.
it. Ban the bunt. Oh my God.
Why not? Why won't they
Ban
do
the
it?
bunt. That would be insane.
Boxes painted on the field where players are supposed to play.
I mean, right now it's just like we're just splattering like paint all over this masterpiece, right?
Oh,
It's
God.
the paint is already it's splattered, it's splattering, it's becoming something completely new. Just keep running with it. There's nothing we can do. It's gonna happen. Just embrace it. And then, like I said, maybe one day it'll be
See where
so
it goes.
horrible that we can play regular, real baseball
They're
again.
turning it into the home run derby. And that loops back to what you started this with. I mean, like, it's turning into the home run derby.
God, that was great. I mean, basically what you just described in 3 minutes is what's taken Russ and I an entire season to talk about. And it's basically that. This is so bad that I think we do have to root for it to fail just because it's fucked. Like we feel it in our bones that it's fucked.
Yeah.
That's why I was so interested in you going with the fairness. It's like, no, I got to know more about it. And your passion came out and it told us everything we needed to know. It's so bad that you want to see, just run with it until it falls on its face.
That's my take. Yes.
It's such a good take.
It's
Such a good take.
It's unstoppable. It's an unstoppable beast at this point. The beast is loose. It's running around
it's
town.
loose.
There's no chain on it. Gorilla's
Tiger's out
out
of the
loose,
cage,
dude.
yeah.
Godzilla is smashing things.
Exactly.
What do? You bring in the big guns.
What are we doing?
Oh my God, that's amazing.
The fans are mean and it's cold.
Joker team.
Fairness. What does that word even mean?
The franchise is tarnished.
today I was on YouTube and I did click on a, sort of the ultimate bat flips or something like that. And I saw a few where you go, wow, you don't think you're going to get plunked next at bat? One where the guy's down 6-0 and he really lays it on thick with a, solo job to left center. You go, bro, what the fuck do you think's going to happen? You think the team's going to like that?